Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I was laying here, and it's some people might have a problem because I'm about to do a stock market show. I'm going to do a show talking about my thoughts on the stock market, the election, maybe world events, maybe a little bit of politics, and maybe the direction our country is headed. And that might upset some people because my name's Ken Tracy, and I do a morning show every day called Coffee with Ken. And it's the story of one guy's life as he travels the path that he is on. And a lot of people find some, I don't know, inspiration or positivity or enthusiasm or peace and quiet or something. Sorry, my belt was turned around. I'm taking it off. And I try and avoid politics. Occasionally I'll touch on it, or I'll occasionally talk about the stock market or real estate market. And I'm a guy who has a finance degree from University of Illinois. I graduated in 1990. I was a stockbroker for 10 years. It was a job I did and paid a lot of money. But honestly, it was a soulless job, and a job that I found to be very similar to the movies Wolf on Wall Street or Boiler Room or any number of movies that depict that time and the time that I lived and the life that I lived. And left that, became a realtor, did that for 17 years. And over the last couple of years, I've been bouncing around trying to figure out what I should do when I grow up. And I'm 56 years old. And somehow, some way, I started doing a show called Coffee with Ken about 5.5 years ago. And it's a show where I talk about stuff and stuff that I'm going through. And seems the stuff that we're all going through and that kind of resonates with an audience. However, we just had a big election last night. And I had so many people hopping on wanting to talk about the election and talk about the direction of our country, and we're voicing opinions on both sides of the aisle during my morning show. And as is my habit, I was relaxing, watching a little CNBC, drinking some coffee, eating some fruit, watching what the stock market is going to be doing. Right now, you guys are backed up to my TV. There's CNBC on right there. And they're saying the road to 270, and Trump got 276 electoral votes so far, and Harris is at 223. And what interests me is the reaction of the stock market and why I'm hopping on today. It looks like the Dow's going to open up about 1,300 points. The Nasdaq's going to open up about 355, and the S&P, and basically stocks are going to open up pretty big today. Not across the board. Some stocks are. A lot of the solar companies look like they're going to be down, and Tesla, because Elon Musk has come out as a big supporter of Trump over the last couple of years. It looks like Tesla's going to do really well as well. But my thought was this. There was an adage that we used to use in the brokerage business, and it was buy on rumor and sell on news. And I currently staying at an extended stay. I wait tables, and I'm struggling financially. So I'll throw that out there and just be honest with you. But just because of that, it doesn't mean I'm wrong or I'm dumb or I don't know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I see the market opening up big, and I kind of watch it a little bit from afar, kind of curious about it. And it's been going up day after day after day for the last few years, couple of years. And honestly, I don't think it was going up because they loved the state of the economy or the policies that were coming out of Washington or really anything that was going on economically. Because I know a lot of people are struggling, and I know a lot of people are trying their best to keep a roof over their head and put food on their table. And But the market kept going up, and I'm going, what the heck's going on? What's going on? How come the stock market going up? The economy doesn't seem to be super robust. I know more people are hurting than are feeling good, and I know most people are worse off than they were 4 years ago. But today, when it looks like, or I guess Trump has won the election, the market's opening up real big. And as I was saying earlier, there's an old adage on Wall Street, buy on rumor and sell on news. And I think the news is out there. I think the news is out there. And I think the market, by going up over the last several years, has been predicting a change in Washington, and a change in direction and a change in policy. The market's always been known as a leading economic indicator, and usually the moves the stock market makes reflect what's going to happen 6 months or a year down the road. And I think over the last year and a half, 2 years, the stock market's been going up and going up and going up, not because they liked the policies Biden-Harris administration was putting in place, but because the market was anticipating a change at the top. Last night, the election results came in, and it looks like there's going to be a change at the top. And the knee-jerk, last-minute reaction is money getting dumped into the market. And money getting thrown at the market and thrown in all these stocks. And that's why we're seeing the market up big today. And the Dow's going to be open up about 1,300 points. And I think it is the ultimate opportunity, or most ultimate thing, to buy on rumor and sell on news. So I'm going to guess, and I don't have $1 to do it, but I sure wish I had $1 to do it. I'm going to bet this is the chance, this is the opportunity to sell on the news. To sell on the news. And I'm sitting there, and I could be dead wrong, but I wanted to go live, and I'm going to post this video. But I've been watching the market go up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And today we're seeing almost capitulation to the upside, where the market is finally acknowledging, the world has acknowledged that Trump's going to be in office. And I think the market was anticipating that over the last couple of years. And I think it's going to be good for the economy. I think it's probably going to be good for our country. But that aside, the market is a predictive thing and sees into the future and has been anticipating this happening for the last couple of years. And I didn't see it coming. I am shocked. I mean, I saw it coming the last month or so, but I didn't expect it. And now we're seeing, again, a capitulation to the upside and money being thrown at all sorts of different stocks. I see Tesla's up 31. I kind of think it's neat that Elon Musk is going to have a role in Washington, D.C., because he might be the smartest guy in our country. And whether you love him or hate him, he's done some really good things. And if he gets a role in our government, I don't know, as a technology czar or I don't know, free speech czar, something like that, I can't imagine he's not going to be an asset to our country and to the government. And I think we're fortunate to have him. And yeah. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the stock market real quickly. And I see it opening up big today. Or, you know, it's going to open up in about an hour. And the Dow's going to open up 1,300 points. And the NASDAQ's going to open up. And there's going to be a celebration, a capitulation to the upside of happiness and joy and champagne corks popping. But I think maybe an hour or two into this market, and what do I know? I'm usually right, but I'm usually early. And what do I know? But I bet you in the next couple hours, Orange Tiger wants me to know a prediction on the market close today. I say it closes down. That's okay, Orange Tiger. I appreciate that. I think the market will close down today. I think the market will close down today. Not because a Trump presidency won't be good for the economy or won't be good for America, because I think it will. But because I think we've seen the market be bought up into this news announcement. And we're seeing a last gasp, a last amount of funds being thrown at the market today. And we're seeing a celebration, and we're going to hear champagne corks popping on the New York Stock Exchange, and we're going to see everyone buy. But then, when there's no more money left to throw at the market, people are going to look around and wonder, what's next? And honestly, I think what's next is there's still a lot of work to do. And I think we're going in the right direction. But I think it's a little too early to celebrate and open up bottles of champagne. And I think a good thing has happened, and I think we're going to be heading in the right direction. But I still think there's rocky days ahead. And I think this is the ultimate example of buying on rumor. And what's going to happen is we're going to sell on news. And the news is out there that Trump's now president. And we're going to see one last gasp of market moving up this morning. And I can't help but think that there's going to be a movement to sell on the news, and that the market's going to turn around and start heading down and heading lower, and we'll see what happens. But I wanted to hop on today. I even put on a button shirt for you. I did get some coffee as well, so I'm going to take a quick swig of it. Oh. And hop on and just share my thoughts, right, wrong, or indifferent. But again, the market's going to open up big today, and it's going to be a volatile day. And I do not work tonight, and I might just keep brewing some coffee and just kind of keep an eye on the market and just kind of sit back and relax and enjoy my day and see what unfolds. I'm optimistic about the future. Don't get me wrong. I am optimistic about the future. And honestly, I think that's why Trump won, because I think he's optimistic about the future too. And I think it's time that we stop hating our country and stop hating capitalism and stop hating free markets and embrace them. And although we're not a perfect country and our economic system's far from perfect, we don't have to be self-loathing about it and be flogging ourselves every day about the sins of the past. And we can move forward towards a better tomorrow. And I think we've done the right thing. And I think the country has spoken. However, going forward short term, if I was a betting man, and I am, I'd like to see it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the market today. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the stock market close down today after opening up real big. Again, I think this is capitulation to the upside. It's something the market has foreseen happening over the last several months as the market continued to plug to new highs. And I promise you, it wasn't because good things were happening in the economy. It was because the market was predicting a change in Washington. And now they got the change they wanted and they were looking forward to, and we're seeing a last gasp to the upside. But yeah, So I just wanted to hop on today, share a few thoughts, do a little market talk. I have a ton of passion for a lot of things in life, and one of them is for the economy and the stock market and real estate market. And I have a lot of thoughts, and I like to share them. And if you're new to this show or new to my page or wherever you're watching this, if you're seeing this and you want to hear one man's opinion, you want to hear one man's opinion who is not currently in a great spot financially, but I think is certainly has his opinions. Please subscribe to my show. Please follow my page wherever you're watching it. I have a ton of fun doing this and sharing my thoughts. Hey, Pat Dan Mac, thank you so much for following the Live Creator. Thank you so much for following the Live Creator. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys for hopping on and listening to me talk and taking a sip of coffee and instilling good habits and being optimistic despite where I am today or where our country is today or even where the stock market goes. I'm optimistic about my future, about the country's future, and the economy's future. I think there's going to be some rocky roads coming down the pipe, and I think it's going to be kind of interesting today. I think we're going to open up big, and I wouldn't be surprised. And I might delete this video later in the day if the market just continues to go up, because I could be dead wrong, but I doubt it. I'd sell the open. I would sell the open, and not because I think Trump is bad for the economy. I think he's great for the economy, but I think the stock market has seen it coming. And I would sell the open with the Dow up 1,400 and the NASDAQ's going to open up about 350 points today. I wouldn't be surprised to see the market turn around. We have Jacob saying, I care more about money than a woman's rights. Well, Jacob, I'll say this about that issue. I think there's two ways to look at that issue. And I think the people on the right and the people on the left both have valid points about that issue. And I see both sides to that issue. And just labeling it as a woman's rights really isn't telling the whole story, I don't think, personally. It's not telling the whole story. There's another side to this story that's not being told. And I think we all know it. We all know it. There's another side to that story. And I understand the argument that it's a woman's right to choose. But I certainly understand the other side of that as well. And I don't like to talk about that issue because it's such a personal issue for so many. But that's my thoughts. I see both sides to that argument. The market is higher than it's ever been, and it has nothing to do with Trump. I would totally disagree, Niner fan. I think it has everything to do with Trump. I think the market has been bought up in anticipation of this day. I think it is bought up for anticipation of this day and this news story. And I think we're seeing capitulation to the upside. But anyway, I want to thank you so much for joining today on Stock Market Talk with Ken. I appreciate you. And I want to thank you so much for joining. And I hope if you are new, you subscribe to my page, you follow my show, you like some of my videos. And I hope whether your candidate won or lost today, you are thankful for something, and you're thankful for the fact that we live in the best country in the world, and that whether you're thrilled with the results of last night or not, that you find a cause for some optimism about the future, and some optimism that we're so fortunate to live in this country, that so many people would love the opportunity to live in. And I want to thank you for joining. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I hope you are feeling good. And I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.